Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars. And this may seem like a relatively peaceful scene, but it's far from that. Because we applied some pressure to a man in the bar, Fitzgerald, who we discovered had worked on the dig at the castle, and knew a few pieces of information, like that there were other, rooms that they had uncovered, as well as the gem, and that he had a package that he was holding for a man from Paris. Now, we, kind of applied a bit too much pressure and scared him, and he ran out into the path of a sports car that was apparently being driven by someone in a pixie costume. Now, we know that, somebody was, had hired that out in Paris. Khan. Khan had hired out two costumes, a clown and a pixie. That, I think, was Khan that grabbed Fitzgerald. But he might not have got what he wanted. Something might have fallen down these drains.
I took hold of the grating and pulled hard, but it didn't move.
Now, this actually came off, and that is I believe that would be something to do with the, workings inside.
I pushed the switch down, but in doing so it snapped off in my hand.
Well, that's obviously done something, hasn't it? Let's see what we can do to help. Or not help. Well, our beer is still there. It most certainly is still there. Let's see what we've done. If anything. The electricity's still on.
Excuse me?
Yes, sir?
Is it all on, or is it not?
I don't want anything.
Just give me a shout when you do.
Maybe I should finish this drink first.
I was about to reach for the pump. A rash move like...
Not that. This. It's nearly all gone. There we go. It's all gone. And we can reach for it again.
Somehow, I'd managed to drink the thick, sweet brew. I felt strangely compelled to order another, even though my every instinct warned me against it.
Well, let's order another.
Excuse me?
Yes, sir?
Let's see if this works.
May I have another beer, please?
Certainly, sir. Same again?
Yeah, please. How is this stuff made?
That's the secret of the master brewer, sir. Each barrel is lovingly manhandled in time-honored fashion, suspended on skillfully tied ropes of the finest hemp, lowered into the cellar utilizing the forces of original gravity, like manna from heaven. I'm sorry, but the pump appears to be broken.
I can fix it for you.
I don't think so. This is a job for a professional electrician. Oh well, at least the glass washer is still working. It's not my dear, is it?
No, it's not. And that was the glass washer, and it's kind of our fault. But it's okay. We can pretend to fix it.
It just so happens I'm an electrician. Check out my credentials.
Well, no. Isn't that marvellous? Here's a house bedeviled with faulty wiring of a wayward nature. Here's you, an electric man, with a little plastic card to prove it. I still want to see what you can do before I let you touch me beer pump. You can make a start on the glass washer.
Okay.
When you finish that, will you take a look at the pumps?
Okay, let's see what we can do with this glass washer. Get the feeling this is going to be bad.
There was nothing physically wrong with the glass washer.
There's got to be something wrong with it.
I used all my knowledge of electrical engineering to examine the plug. Seemed fine to me.
Maybe we could sort of jury-rig this to work? I mean, we do have some wiring. This is a terrible idea. Maybe it will work, though? Let's give it a go. Maybe
I replaced the fuse with a piece of wire. I knew it was dangerous, but I was desperate enough to disregard everything I knew about standard safety precautions. Excuse me, Mr. Leary. I fixed your glass washer, no problem.
Bingo! And a blessing to all the saints. A free half-pint to that man on the house. Now, could you take a look at the beer pumps?
Well, I guess so, but I'm not making any promises.
If you can't fix them, I'll have a riot on me hands.
The pumps are in the cellar, right?
That's right. You'll find a flashlight down there somewhere.
Okay, let's have a look, see what we can do.
What a dumb place to store a flashlight. A dark cellar. The only way I was going to find anything down there was to feel around.
There appears not to be a lot we can actually use. There's this. There is most certainly this.
I pushed the lever and heard the grating of metal, but nothing appeared to happen.
Well, nothing's happened here. The grating of metal, though, says that something else might have fixed. Something else might have, If we go outside... Grating of metal says to me that something has opened outside rather than in. You know that, cover that we couldn't get open? I think it's that. Let's find out. Let's find out. Aha!
I lifted the trap door and an overpowering smell of stale beer rose from the cellar below. I looked down on a stone-tiled floor, way too far to jump.
Excuse me.
There was a nasty feeling in my guts I usually associated with light opera. It was Khan. What's the problem?
Did you see what happened here a few minutes ago?
What was that?
A man was involved in an unfortunate accident.
I didn't see anything.
What about the boy?
He doesn't know anything either. The kid, well, you know how it is in these rural communities. Not enough genes to go round. I prayed McGuire had the sense to keep his mouth shut. Was the guy hurt bad?
He's been taken care of, but he thinks he dropped a small parcel. You didn't happen to find it, did you?
If I had, I would have taken it to the police.
Of course. Thank you.
And that is Khan! That could
It
have
wasn't my nerves that stopped me jumping. It was my damned legs. They wouldn't move.
Well, we're not going to be able to actually get in there just yet. Just got to think about how we actually, Oh, wait! That's light, isn't it? Oh, hang on, that's light. Wouldn't that have just allowed a lot of light to get into the cellar? And that'll help us be able to see. Aha! Right! That's some clever logic there. I didn't actually think that they were connected. I thought that led to a sewer area. Light!
Then I noticed a flash of light. Something sparkling beneath the open trap door.
Think we found it.
It was Peagram's gem, all right. A large, uncut blue stone. As I held it aloft, I realized the fascination it could command. I guess I was already under its spell.
Did you find it?
What?
Whatever you was looking for.
Yeah. Listen, McGuire. I want you to keep this to yourself.
No problemo. Just chuck us up a crate of lager.
No way! You're not old enough.
We can sell it and make some cash.
Forget it, kid. I couldn't betray Mr. Leary's trust.
I could, for sure. That old misery guts deserves it.
If you want to do me a favor, keep a lookout for that guy in the suit.
Okay. tossed you a packet of chips.
Oh, and shout if you see that Ferrari!
Not sure he heard you there.
I searched the trash, but there was nothing useful there.
I'm not sure we can fix the pumps, but we might want to try? Maybe?
I looked among the cleaning materials, but saw nothing I could use.
Okay. Anything else? There's this. Not sure why we'd want to use it.
The faucet creaked, coughed, and spewed out a stream of rusty-colored water.
That's not great.
I shut off the faucet as tight as I could, but it kept on dripping.
There's nothing... There's all this.
I looked among the...
That's one actual thing rather than two completely different ones. Let's have a look at this.
It was a large blue gemstone.
I'm not showing that to anyone here. That seems like a terrible idea. Can't currently get this working. Terribly sorry. Gonna ignore the fact that I said I could. I'll give it a go, I said, but, you know, bye. Please don't get angry. I should probably shut this. But no. Let's instead head this way. It's the only other way we can go, after all. Ah, there is a person here. I don't think we could move this, even if we wanted to.
Get away, you silly noodle! Can't you see the load's unstable?
Fair enough. I'll talk to you then.
Hi, it's me again.
So I see. What now?
Again? Have I spoken to you at all? That's actually a good question. I don't think I've... Oh, no, wait. I did just speak to you now. Maybe that's where that counts.
Good book?
A book? It's a passport to a world of fantasy and imagination.
Yeah, what's the title?
Creative Shelving for Beginners, the 1978 edition.
Whatever you enjoy reading, sir.
What's so cool about home improvement?
There's nothing like it. The resinous autumnal aroma of seasoned wood, the rhythmic rasp of the plate. Ah, no wonder our Lord came to earth as the son of a humble carpenter. I bet he was a wizard with a chisel and a length or two before.
Maybe he was?
Surely the portrayal of Christ's adoptive family as humble artisans is a symbolic metaphor.
I don't know about that, but I know they were carpenters. Haven't you read the book?
Well, no. But I have seen The Greatest Story Ever Told, and I don't recall Jesus putting up any shelves.
Well, let's talk about this castle.
What can you tell me about the castle?
Not much, I'm sorry to say. Most of its history is long forgotten. Ah, but if these old stones could only speak, what stories they'd tell. Stories to make your toes curl and your blood run cold. You know, this castle is said to be over 600 years old.
That's pretty old.
Who built the castle?
Mad Phelan, the first lord of Lochmarn. Well, I say lord, but actually he was little more than a village chieftain. He built his castle from the remains of the Templar Preceptory.
Ah, you know something about the, Templars then?
Do you mind if I climb up your haystack to get into the castle?
What? It'd break your stupid neck for sure. Do you think I'd stand by and see your brains dashed out?
I'd be very careful, and I promise not to sue.
You won't get the chance, not while I'm here to stop you.
Fair enough, that's a no.
Where was the site of the Templar Preceptory?
Right here on Temple Hill. Phelan built right on top of the old wall. It's said that deep beneath these walls there's a Templar chapel.
Well, that's pretty true, apparently.
Did Peagram discover the chapel?
I don't know. His workers were sworn to secrecy.
Fair enough, let's talk about Peagram.
Have you seen Professor Peagram?
No, he's packed up and gone.
Do you happen to know where?
Back in England, I suppose.
England? We might be going there at some point.
Do you think Peagram's disappearance is due to the curse?
Look at the facts. He dug up the gem. He disappeared. Bingo. It doesn't take a degree in mathematics to work that one out, does it? You don't have to be a smarty Pythagoras with a calculator.
I guess not.
Peagram has run off with the gem.
Well, not really, because I have it.
What do you make of this tissue?
That's a sorry sight to wave about in public.
Oh, it's theatrical grease paint.
And that makes it all right, does it? I must remember that next time someone complains about the state of me handkerchief.
I'm gonna be really sad when we lose that handkerchief.
Would you like to shake my hand?
What is this? I don't do that mail bonding stuff.
Fair enough.
What do you make of this matchbook?
Seems ordinary enough to me.
What about this?
Does this tool mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't. Is it used on sheep?
No, it's for lifting the covers off drains.
Never. How?
Well, the end of the tool fits into the hole in the cover.
They'd slip out. Angles are wrong. You'd never do it.
I have. I did it in Paris.
Well, fair enough.
Do you recognize the name on this card?
I can't read that little writing.
It says Thomas Merlin, Gruber Electronics.
Is that your name, Tommy Merlin?
No. But what a great stage name. It had what my high school hypnosis act had lacked. Style and class. For a few seconds, I bathed in spotlights on a thundering tide of applause. Tommy Merlin, hypnotist.
Are you all right?
I'm fine. I just remembered something.
And let's not talk about the gem. Bad idea.
Maybe not. Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, but I wouldn't trust him. His eyes are too close together. He's not a friend of yours, is he?
Oh no, far from it. In fact, I believe it's the face of a killer.
I knew it! Piggy eyes. Can't trust him.
Let's talk about this nose.
Does this false nose mean anything to you?
You're a circus clown.
No, but I got this from someone who disguised himself as a clown.
Is that a fact? Why did you do that now?
He's a psychotic killer. I think he may be connected with Peagram's disappearance.
That's a bit of a stretch. Technically he is, but maybe. Possibly. I mean, it is sort of tying together, but still. You'd probably more mention the pixie costume than the clown costume at this point.
Have you any use for this towel?
Whatever gave you that idea? Oh dear me, no.
We could talk about the car.
Did you happen to see a red sports car down on the road?
I caught a glimpse of a flash of red on the hill and heard the racket. Sure, it was an awful noise. A sports car, you say?
A Ferrari, to be exact.
A racing car? And what was it doing here? The poor fella must have been lost.
No, it was kind of a bit worse than that.
The driver of the Ferrari was involved in an accident.
Is that so?
Yeah, he knocked somebody down outside the bar.
What an idiot! How could a thing like that happen?
He was traveling too fast.
So fast, he ran right under the car?
I mean, the car was traveling too fast.
But you'd have thought the idiot could have heard it coming.
He was a little distracted.
Maybe you know the guy who was hit by the Ferrari. His name is Sean Fitzgerald.
Oh, I know him all right. That's me nephew, the idiot responsible for the stacking of my hay cart. Was he killed by the car?
Oh no, but he has been abducted.
Well, that's a relief now.
What?
Aren't you going to look for your nephew?
What for? From what you say, it's too late.
Well, you can report the matter to the police.
Better not. Besides, what could they do?
Well, they could mount a search.
They have only the one bicycle between them. In a question of superior acceleration, I put me money on the Ferrari.
That is true. I don't think the bicycle's going to stand much chance against the Ferrari. I'd be more concerned, though, about your nephew.
I think you ought to know exactly what Sean has gotten himself into.
I'm not sure I want to know.
But you're his uncle, his own flesh and blood.
You're right, but what can I do? If I'm not here to guard it, some idiot might try to climb the haystack. What a moral dilemma. Stay here and guard this potentially lethal agricultural construction, or to go off in search of the prodigal nephew, the very man responsible for said hazard? It'll need some thinking about.
Why, there's no problem.
You're right. Why didn't I think of it before? We'll demolish the haystack.
Or I could guard the haystack?
You don't have to demolish the haystack to go look for Sean. I'll stay here in your place and warn anyone who's silly enough to climb it.
Marvelous! I think I should start me inquiries in the bar.
He strode off in the direction of McDevitt's bar, leaving me to contemplate the stack of hay.
I wonder if he's going to end his inquiries at the bar. But that is not our concern anymore. We have this stack of hay. We could try open this door, but I get the feeling we're not going to get very far there. So, when we come back, folks, we're going to continue exploring around this area, and then, who knows, maybe we might find what they were digging for down here. You never know. So, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later. You never know, eh? We might fall, and that might be another game over. There's only one way to find out. Later.